They say the only constant thing in life is change. How's it? My name is Dylan. This is PlyCreations, and in today's episode I'd like to invite you into my workshop for something a little different. Thanks for joining me at the workbench. Quite literally, I'm sitting on it today. PlyCreations has reached a few important milestones over the last few weeks, and not just on my channel but also on my website. What started off as a place to share my woodworking journey has grown into something far beyond my expectations. And I need your help to decide the shape of what PlyCreations is going to look like going forward. If you are visiting my workshop for the first time, a very warm welcome. Don't leave just yet, you may be able to help. It's you guys who make all of this worthwhile. It's you who watch my videos, like, subscribe, comment, or sign up to my newsletters. And honestly, I couldn't have done this without you. As far as the milestones go, on the channel we are just shy of 1,000 subscribers and just over 4,000 watch hours, in a 365-day period, which, as far as YouTube milestones go, are quite important. And honestly, I couldn't have done it without you. I cannot thank you enough, but I do need your help. Some months before a rather significant global event around about 2019, I discovered a few woodworking channels here on YouTube and got myself a couple of second-hand hand planes, started working wood and decided that I liked it. So if you're watching me on YouTube today and you'd like to blame somebody, you can put the blame on Paul Sellers, Rob Cosman and the English woodworker, aka Richard Maguire. Mr. Maguire especially takes extra blame because he introduced me to what is my favorite traditional workbench, and that is the Nicholson, or the English workbench. Off camera I've got a Moravian, but it's the Nicholson that is my first love. Two events conspired to create PlyCreations, and the first was that a colleague of my wife ordered a coffee table and she wanted to have it built in birch ply, and the second was that at that time I got rather tired of the corporate life, so PlyCreations was born. There's a certain level of irony in the name, considering that I was planning on only working in plywood, so the name was apt. Of course, I then moved into solid woods, and effectively as face laminations or edge laminations are a form of fancy plywoods. But with 3D printing now becoming a big part of my business, the name PlyCreations has come full circle. So how does a guy go from making plywood furniture in a two-car garage to sharing here on YouTube? Anyone who knows me would know that there's one thing that I love almost as much as I love my wife, my car, and our four-legged kids. Buy me a beer and I'll tell you more about the car. That one thing is learning, and from learning, teaching. I'm a firm believer that learning shouldn't just stop with a person who has learned, but it becomes our responsibility to teach others what we know. And one of the best ways to learn is to teach, and by that you expose yourself to other people who may know more about a topic than you do, and that's more common than you may think. And you as the audience have taught me so much in the comments section, and some of those comments have actually resulted in videos in their own right, and I'm leaving a link on the screen. You can go and check one of those out. And that's also for me one of the proudest moments of the channel, is the willingness of the community to come together in the comment section and teach others, and I appreciate that so much. What may come as a surprise is how hard it's been to move in front of the lens. Being a photographer, moving into video and then recording yourself has been very hard. And what may come as a surprise to you is how hard it is to add music or sound to a video. And although justified, A lot of the negative, or most of the negative comments when I first started my channel relates to the addition of music to my channels. But again, I say that those comments were probably justified. Personally, as reaching these milestones on the channel has meant a lot, and as I mentioned earlier, came as a complete surprise and was unexpected, but I'm hoping that it will also lead into where we go next. Since the beginning of June, I've started incorporating 3D design and 3D printing into my business, but that hasn't really filtered through into what I do here on YouTube and on my website. I've now got 2 articles around 3D printing and how that relates to woodworking. Whereas I can blame human beings for getting me into woodworking, when it comes to 3D printing, the blame falls squarely with computer-aided design. And honestly, since the first day that I was introduced to CAD by a friend, now quite some time ago, I've always wanted to design and make cool things for other people. And this is where I need your help, is helping me decide what direction PlyCreation goes in. You'll notice that I've got a poll on this video, and in it I ask you 4 questions. 1 is, do we stick to woodworking exclusively on this channel? 2 is, do we start incorporating some 3D printing for woodworking specifically? I've got a few really cool ideas that I'm currently prototyping the heck out of, and there's even something for the hand tool workers, woodworkers out there, excuse me. The third question is, I've got a few episodes on my channel where I build something. I go through the process, start to finish, of building a project, and I don't cover technical details in all that much detail. And I'd like to know if you want to see more of those kinds of videos. And then lastly is, do we move into making in more general terms? Heck, you can even print radio control aircraft these days, although I don't think we'll move too far away from the woodworking shop. But would you like to see more material in making in a more general sense of the word? The second way you can help me out is if you'd like to leave more detailed comments, or if you've got ideas other than what is in the poll, please do so in the comment section. I've said it before and I'd like to say it again. I really do read all of them, and I appreciate it when you take the trouble to leave your comments there. PlyCreations would not be where it is today if it wasn't for you guys, especially those of you who have followed along since the beginning or for some period of time. Thank you again. For those of you who are new and have stuck this episode out up to this point, thank you for still being here, and I'm hoping that you will help me out either in the poll or in the comment section, and that you will help shape where PlyCreations goes, and that you will stick around long enough to see what direction we take. PlyCreations and this channel is a place where I've always wanted to learn on the go, and I'm hoping that your contribution will help me decide on what to learn and share next. As we come to the end of this video, I'd like to remind you, be safe in your own workshop, and until I see you again next time, I hope you have a good one.